All right. Hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. If you are celebrating today, hope you have some great food. Hope you get to spend time with your family. If you don't have family to spend it with, I hope you're spending a good time with your friends. If you're having Friendsgiving, then enjoy your friends. Even if you don't have anyone, I still wish you a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. I'll be your friend. I'll be your family. Uh, but also if you don't celebrate, it also cool. Well, then I still hope you're enjoying yourself. Hopefully you're enjoying your day off from work or school. If you still have to work, then hope your shift goes by well. Okay, I think I covered all the bases. But because today's Thanksgiving, and admittedly, the reason I'm saying this is because I'm recording this on Thanksgiving Day. I'm actually about to leave in a little bit to head over to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. But there's a good chance this might go up on Friday, aka Black Friday. So if you're doing Black Friday shopping, I hope you get some good deals at least. I feel like I don't think I've ever shopped in person for Black Friday. I think anytime I ever cashed in on any Black Friday deals was usually online, and especially with Steam. Steam's got a sale going. I actually copped quite a bit when it comes to Steam, but even with other stuff as well. But nevertheless, regardless of when this is going up, I got a couple Thanksgiving stories for you guys today, just to kind of help celebrate the season and we have two stories from Reddit here. Now these aren't really at least from what I've been able to tell, well, they're not like super drama related stories. They're heartwarming, which is good. But without further ado, who and Reddit, man, Reddit's been in some interesting controversy with slash as of late. But then again, it's kind of just another normal day. Hey, no disrespect to you, fellow Redditors out there. Here, but nevertheless, without further ado, let's go through these. Because I do have to leave soon, like I mentioned, I might go through these semi quickly, but we're still going to go through these, talk about these, and kind of analyze these a little bit. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this first one is called "A Story I Am Thankful For." And both are labeled, I believe, as nonfiction, and both are from r slash stories. And if I remember, I'll put the links to them in the descriptions. And I gotta update my descriptions anyway, so yeah, I'll put both of those in the descriptions. But anyway, this first one is called "A Story I Am Thankful For." Recently, I decided to build a PC against my better judgment. I'm a salesman's best friend. I start with a budget and then incrementally blow it completely with "this is worth the extra money." So I wound up sourcing some well priced parts and even endured my credit card thinking my orders were fraud. To find or I should say, even endured my credit card thinking my orders were fraud. To finance it all, I used a combination of credit card signups and PayPal's Pay in 4. The thing about PayPal is that it will autocorrect your shipping address mid-order. Although I updated my billing address, I had no idea that there was another address line buried deep in the settings that still pointed to my old house that is a 20-hour drive away. This affected all items that were ordered from Newegg. I caught the mistake as the items went her out for delivery. Unfortunately, only the $70 her tower could be rectified. I sent $900 worth of computer parts to a stranger, and UPS only requires an adult signature, or none, for the parts that just arrived here. They don't care whose. I spent the entire night trying to contact anyone I still knew from the area, but nobody could help. Apparently, the guy who bought my house works for my alma mater, but wouldn't respond on social media or by email. The next day, I also found his wife on social media. She responded. I figured I had at least a little good with will with them, as I did a lot of work on the house before selling and left them a bunch of tools. He's a carpenter after all. Still, I was very anxious, asking for a favor that required opening a box of expensive computer parts. She not only split the order between USPS and UPS for me, she returned to UPS when we discovered there was another QR code required to send the package. So today, I am thankful for the seriously good people who bought on my old house. I did tip them with a gift card to enhance their Thanksgiving. Oh, and to Newegg's return policy, they made correcting it very pleasant. Okay, so a couple things. For starters, this is kind of a non sequitur. Or yeah, the credit card declining because it thinks it's fraud. That that does get pretty annoying from time to time. But the second thing is PayPal. I'll read this line here. The thing about PayPal is it will all correct your shipping address mid order. Although I updated my billing address, I had no idea that there was another address line buried deep in the setting. That still points to my old house that's a 20-hour drive away. I ima- I imagine that's gotta be pretty annoying. I don't think I've ever had something like that happen. And to me, the only thing I can think of being similar was one time I ordered something and actually put the wrong address, so I had to correct the address. It was same house number, but it was to a different street, which looks similar, and it was something that was filled in automatically. So I emailed customer support and told them the correct address, and they were able to rectify it. But man, that does suck though. That things almost ended catastrophically. Now I can't really relate. Or I can't talk about, I should say, uh, w- uh, the experience with Newegg because I don't think I've ever ordered from Newegg before. I've checked stuff out on Newegg, but I don't think I've ever ordered anything from Newegg. But props to those people who are now living in OP's old house who were able to help out. Like I imagine, and they probably saw the mix up and were more than willing to help. So, props to them, and props to Newegg's return policy, like OP was mentioning, that being able to correct it. So, W's all around for OP there. So, great to hear. But the second one, on like I said, I only had the two stories, but the second one is called Thanksgiving Reflection: The Sprinkles of Sugar. When I was a kid, sweetness felt endless. Like childhood came dusted in powdered sugar, and every afternoon was another chance to chase something soft, warm, and fresh from the pan. Back then, I loved the loud sweets. The snickerdoodles that left cinnamon freckles on my fingers, the puppy chow that clung like snow to my palms, the scotcheroos, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, that glued my teeth together in peanut butter bliss, the sour cream twists flaking like little edible secrets, and the pecan puffs that melted the second they touched your tongue. Those treats were fireworks, bright, indulgent, impossible to ignore. And maybe that's why I adored them so much. When you're young, sweetness feels like your birthright. It comes easy, it comes often, and you never think about running out. But now I find myself slowing down over simpler things. A soft, jammy candied mandarin, a thin slice of lemon glazed and glistening like stained glass, a little wheel of sunshine tucked into a layer of sugar that's more decoration than ingredient. Funny how taste changes when life does. Maybe it's because childhood was sweeter, back when the world felt baked fresh every morning, and life's problems were small enough to dust off like crumbs on a table. And now that I'm older, a little more weathered, a little more tangy and tart around the edges, I've realized something I never understood back then. Life isn't sugar infused, it's sugar dusted. Most days come with a bit of sour, some come with a bit of bitter, and the sweet stuff, it shows up in sprinkles, just enough to remind you the whole thing is still worth tasting. This year taught me that. It taught me that those little flecks of sweetness matter more than the entire cookie ever did. A friend checking in out of nowhere, a sunset that makes traffic feel less maddening, a quiet morning where nothing hurts, even if just for a moment, a candied citrus slice with its soft, jammy center glowing like a tiny sunrise. We all get our share of bitter, we all swallow our share of sour. But without them, how would we ever recognize the sweetness when it arrives? Life isn't meant to be dessert. It's meant to be a recipe, complex, surprising, and sometimes confusing. A mix of flavors you only learn to appreciate once you've lived enough to recognize the difference. And maybe that's what growing up really is: learning to savor what we once overlooked, learning to find joy not in the feast, but in the small, bright bites along the way. Learning to be grateful for the sprinkles of sugar in a world that can feel sour, but never hopelessly so. Because the truth is simple: we don't appreciate sweetness because life gets bitter. We appreciate sweetness because we finally lived enough to taste everything else. Else, uh, and they also left an edit. It said story inspired by this picture taken yesterday in our family kitchen. And Obviously you can't see on the screen; you're just seeing the gameplay. But uh, but I'm looking at the picture here. Oh, oh, okay. That's actually kind of cool. Um, what I might do, if I remember to, I'll put a little note to myself. I might throw a photo of it on the screen, and if I can also figure out how to do that in DaVinci Resolve. Of but but uh, very very nice story. So taking the kind of taking the concept of sweets and everything and and comparing it to life. And I think a lot of what OP said here very much rings true. As you grow older, her things change, responsibilities change, and perspective changes more than anything. I've noticed there's a lot of stuff that I didn't worry about when I was a kid. I kind of have to worry about now. And that's even beyond just starting a family of my own, which I haven't done just yet. But it feels like a lot of stuff kind of comes at you, a lot of different responsibilities, a lot of different setbacks, a lot of different obstacles. But you do get those moments of sweetness, and you gotta cherish those moments. Your moments with your friends, your moments with your family. Cherish every little bit of it because you never know when it's going to be gone. And I love how OP very much described it here. This almost feels like a poem. This almost feels like poetry. Yeah, which poetry is something I haven't done in quite a while on the channel, and I definitely got to get back to it. I know that for sure. But it feels kind of like a poem almost in a way. With the use of the imagery and the metaphors, her being able to compare to life in general. Oh, and being able to reflect on those moments of sweetness and playing with the idea of taste and sweetness and sugar and everything, and especially as you grow older, it's very profound how it was laid out. And I get it, sunshine and rainbows isn't always how life is, but life is always is bad either. Now, if everything was sunshine and rainbows, that'd be great, but life doesn't always work like that, you know. Uh, but that's why you have to appreciate the sweet moments when they come, because they may seem a bit fewer and far between, or they come more often depending on what you do in life. But oftentimes you find yourself having to create those moments, and uh, you find yourself really having to savor those moments for all their worth, and really take them in stride and take them into consideration, and really appreciate those moments because as they don't seem to come as often, but it can make going through life a bit more bearable. Oh, and the world is crazy. The world is topsy turvy nowadays. That's no secret. A lot of stuff is concerning. A lot of people are concerned with a lot of things, and in a lot of cases, rightfully so. Oh, but we always have to remember, even in the moments of bitterness, even in the moments of I don't want to say weakness, but even in the moments where things feel bleak, he, uh, and I know, and I'm someone who's a firm believer, and someone I know, or something I know for sure is that everybody's struggle is different. Everybody here watching this video is more than likely struggling with different things, whether it's you lost your job, marital issue, whether it's taking care of children, and whether it's poverty, whether it's sickness. It's a lot of people are dealing with a lot of different things, and some struggles are relatable, some are not. And you know what? That's okay. Because even if the struggle isn't relatable, I still want to say to you, even in the moments where things get tough, even in the moments where or you don't quite know how you're gonna make it, you gotta hold on to those sweet moments because it's the only thing. Because oftentimes it's the only thing that keeps you, only thing that keeps you going. And and I do love how that was presented throughout this story slash reflection here. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this video, I think. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on those post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you never miss an upload. Oh, and let me know in the comment section below, excuse me, your thoughts on the story, and why not? If this is going up on Friday, then let me know how your Thanksgiving plans were. Uh, But yeah, in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace. And again, if you celebrate, happy Thanksgiving.